Can you hear me? We out here.
Check, check. Most High in Christ.
I'm good too.
Yeah, let me see. Say check, check, check.
Check. What's going on?
Hold on, let me see.
Oh, you got to put me on
high.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we
go.
There
it is.
Want to hear it through the mic.
Yeah,
through
that's
the,
it.
Through the
That's
speaker.
it right there. Yeah, it's the water for that. What's going on, Israel? We about to get it in. I.S.U.P.K. Fayetteville law class Wednesday night. All right. It's so good to be in the truth. We got the brothers coming too.
I believe so.
Okay. It's so good to be in the truth, upholding the knowledge, keeping them garments white as can be, and fighting wicked demons every day. All right. We're gonna get right into this thing. We got a lot to talk about. I want to cover a few things. Hopefully we can get there. If anybody got any questions, come on through. Hit me with the questions. I got this beautiful setup right here so I can see the questions coming through. And if I was a bunker, y'all help me out if I'm going in.
I'm right here with you, brother.
Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, anybody got anything, hit me with it tonight. All your questions will be answered with the biblical scriptures of the Lord. All right?
Damn right.
So first we're going to get Psalms 133 and 1. Psalms 133 and 1. We can't fight this devil. We cannot fight this white man without brotherhood. I know tonight's the law class, but we're going to get into a few things tonight. You can't fight this thing by yourself. Okay? We were just talking about it this weekend about brotherhood and fighting demons. We go out on the street corners and fight demons every weekend across the earth. And we got to deal with brothers and sisters coming against us. Why? When we sit here in this earth and we look at what this devil got, I don't care what this devil got. Weapons, armies, psychological weapons. He got power and he got weapons. That is true.
Right.
But we got a weapon and a power that is over all of that. That's the Lord. And in that power, us coming together as brothers and sisters in the UPK, he can't win.
Right.
Okay, well, we got Psalms 133 and 1, please, if you could.
The book of Psalm 133, verse 1. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity.
What is this talking about? This is talking about the truth. Black people can't get together no way without a shootout or somebody fighting or having a problem. But this right here, what it's talking about in that unity is under the Lord, in the truth. Brothers and sisters in here, we get together for high holy days and Passovers and coming together for class and all kinds of stuff. And in that, we able to dwell together in unity. Why? Because when we come together, black men and black women and Hispanic men and Hispanic women and them Native Indians on them reservations, when we can finally come together in that unity, what you gonna have under this law of this Lord, of this God, of this Bible, you gonna have true unity. Everywhere outside of here, you ain't gonna have no unity. Somebody always plotting on somebody and scheming and lying, ready to do somebody in or rob somebody or overthrow them somehow. Me and the brother was just talking about it. How come we can't do the things we supposed to do together as a people? We always against each other. The Puerto Ricans against the Mexicans, Negroes would be against the Mexicans. All these tribes coming against each other, and we the same people the whole time.
Right.
What we talking about? So don't get confused. Them Christians out there, they get together and do what they do too. They be doing their thing in the Christian church. That ain't unity. That ain't unity with that. Unity is doing what the Lord say to do and coming together as such. The Passover is the greatest unity that you can ever find in this earth. You come to one of our Passovers, brother. My son was one. My son was one. He just learned how to walk. He just got the knees from buckling. He done ran across the whole field. I don't know where he at. He playing with the kids 3, 4, 5 times his age. He won. He playing with the 5, 6-year-olds.
Right.
And he won. I don't know what he doing. But I know that with men like brothers in here, I don't have to worry about my son. And they good to go.
Right.
Shalom, what's going on? So when you deal with brothers and sisters like that, and you able to see the unity in this place, you really gonna see what it's talking about. Them Christians ain't got it. I'm trying to tell you. Christianity don't have it for nobody. Okay? We had Psalms 133 and 1 for anybody just coming in. They want to catch up where we at. Psalms 133 and 1. Okay. Black man, black woman, it's your time. We in the earth now. And again, like I said earlier, the weapons that the white man got ain't nothing. When you keep these laws and these statutes and you hold to them until the end, that's the thing that's going to keep us. Right. That thing right there, you don't have to be aggressive when it come to police. You don't got to be aggressive and step into the Christians at their place. You don't got to be aggressive and coming against Esau and all them and them other nations at your job. Aggression to them now ain't how it's going to work. That ain't how it's going to work. What is going to work is appealing to the Most High that he protect you and yours. That's what's going to work. And the only way you appeal to the Lord is doing what the Lord say. When these brothers and sisters, when these brothers come up here and you come up in here and see what we talking about out this record, just do what we telling you to do. Keep that and you will be straight. With the Most High, ain't no gray area in there. Ain't no gray area where you on the fence. You either do what the Lord say to do or you don't. Right. You do what the Lord say to do and you going to be straight. You don't do what the Lord say to do. That's your choice. But what come with it, you shouldn't be surprised. Okay. We had Psalms 133 and 1. I'm going to read it again. Okay. Psalms 133 and 1, please.
Book of Psalms, chapter 133 and verse 1. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity.
Keep going.
Verse 2. It is like the precious ointment upon the head.
Right. It's like precious ointment upon the head. If anybody ever been anointed up in here, you know the spiritual part that come with that ointment being poured on your head. And why is it saying it here? It's saying it because what is the purpose of the ointment anyway? What's the point? Right. The purpose of that ointment is healing. That healing, when you get your name and you become a new creature in Christ and you get that oil poured on your head, that's healing, man. Right. That's healing. While that old person is dead and gone, while that old person is done, the healed one is here. That new person you are now under the Lord Christ is the one that's healed up. Right. Ointment, even in itself, if we take it to a bodily standpoint, you burn yourself, rub a little ointment on there, that heals it. You take ointment, you can, if you're not feeling good and you sick, and you got Israel who know, the doctors who know how to put ointments together, and you drink some ointment. I ain't talking about Robitussin for niggas who drink Robitussin and ginger ale. I'm talking about taking real ointment together, and you can drink a certain kind and it'll heal you of stomach ache and heart issues and ailments and stuff like that. But this oil here and this ointment being poured is meant to heal you, man. It's meant to heal you when you understand, when you come into this truth and you change your life and you do what the Lord say to do. That's what the oil being poured on your head is for. It's because you healed and you brand new. That's the beautiful part. Keep going, please.
Okay. That ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard, that went down to the skirts of his garments.
What does it mean to go down to the skirts of his garments? Because it was so beautiful. It was the anointing from the Lord and how serious and precious it was, that it ran all the way down the garment, through the beard down to the garment. Right. That's what it's for, okay? So drop that for me, if you could, and get me Zechariah 8 and 9. How do you escape this thing in this earth? You escape it by starting in your mind with the Lord. That's how you do it. Escape this place in your mind, and everything else that come after will be right unto the Lord. You escape the wickedness in your mind when it come to holidays and things like that, and your children go to school and they come home wanting to celebrate holidays, and you teach them how not to, and you change their mind behind that because you already got in your mind what you're supposed to do for the Lord. That works. It don't work by trying to pick up guns and all this other nonsense. You can buy a gun, but it ain't meant to take that weapon to fight against this place. Well, Christ said, you can't take, I'm paraphrasing, you can't use Satan against Satan. You can't join the white man to beat the white man. Right. That ain't how that works. You can't join him. That's what the problem with the Black Panthers was when they was rolling with the Irish and all them over there.
Yeah, right.
You can't use them to fight them. That's why this Bible and this biblical separation is so important. These laws and these statutes is to help you separate from them, man. Now, can you go to work with them? Yeah. Go to work, say, good morning, Tom. Good morning, John. Say hello to them. Go about your business at work and go home afterwards. Come amongst yours. You got to understand these things that these brothers been bringing out for years. Fayetteville been active since 2015. Right. Hell, October 26th, October 22nd of this year will be 9 years we've been doing this. From the first class in Fayetteville to October 22nd. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Any questions we got, hit me with them. Type them up in the chat. We gonna get them in, no problem. Okay. So what did I call for?
Zechariah 8:9.
Okay, please. Can I get Zechariah 8:9?
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 8, verse 9. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, let your hands be strong.
Let your hands be strong. That's what you're supposed to be in this time. Let your hands be strong. Your hand got to be strong in what you do. Your hand got to be strong in the choices you make. The things you do in your day-to-day, you got to be strong. Okay. Go ahead.
Let thy hands be strong. Ye that hear in these days these words by the mouth of the prophets, which were in the day that the foundation of the house of the Lord of hosts was laid.
Yeah, be strong, man. When these brothers and these young men coming up and they learning and teaching this Bible, you better listen to them. Right. It's the only way you're going to have any type of power in this place. White man got his power. Didn't it say back then that he was going to be blessed with the sword? Did it not say that? So what you got? You got the Most High. You got the power. You got to understand that those that are in the UPK, and hear me good, those that are in the UPK, we the only ones in this truth. Right. Ain't no other Israelites in all this other groups and all this nonsense. Yeah, I'm talking to you. That's right. You better recognize that we the ones that got this thing. And just like back in the day with Peter, correct me if I'm wrong, when Peter got the power because he did what the Most High said. One day we gonna get the power. That's right. You gonna see when the government realizes, you don't think the government been the first ones listening to what we talking about? You think they were the first ones watching this channel? We the ones that got the power, gonna get the power. Right. And I want every brother to get the power, but everybody ain't gonna get that power. You coming to the UPK, you gonna get that power out. Right. You're gonna be able to heal, shield, and protect, like we say in those prayers. That power coming, man. They ain't gonna know what to do. The white man think he got something going on in the earth with these other nations. You better watch what these black men do in this earth. Right. Watch what power they get, please.
That's a good point. We point too, because outside the I.S.U.P.K, we call these other Israelite groups fake Israelite groups, right? Or just Christians. They're so headstrong and can't wait for the kingdom. Can't wait for the kingdom to be able to do all these things. You're not getting the power. You lack discipline. But with that kind of power comes with discipline and brotherhood. They don't even know how to render proper judgment, not in the Christian church nor in these groups. So why would you ever think that you would get any power that's handed to you from the Most High when on this earth right now, in this time, you lack brotherhood and judgment. You lack the judgment not to come into the I.S.U.P.K when you had the chance. So why would you rule over any nation or province? Why would you get any power when the little power or the opportunity you have right now, you don't seize it by joining Commander YAHANNA? You don't even follow orders. The last order given was for all camps to, join the I.S.U.P.K and the Commander YAHANNA. You still in some, sons are rolling thunder or some nonsense camp. Why the hell would you think you get any power? You wouldn't know what the hell to do with it. You lack discipline. You understand? So that's a heavy point. That's
right. Damn right. All them other groups out there like he bringing out, they don't even listen to order and rules. We done the man that's been put in charge gave you an order. You don't want to listen to that. We got 19-year-olds calling themselves generals. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Please come on with it.
Monkey. this is a heavy class, heavy topic here. But to add on what the brother was saying, the kingdom of heaven is going to be a meritocracy under Christ. So it would behoove you to put your brick in now while you can.
Yeah.
And the definition of meritocracy is a government or the holding of power by people selected on the basis of their ability. Christ said, from the least to the greatest. That's what the kingdom of heaven. There's going to be a rank and order structure there.
Thank you.
You don't want order here on earth.
Thank you. And you're gonna wait till Christ come to get order.
Right. Salaki. Yeah.
No, you good. No, he right. He 100. They both right. These the men dropping it on y'all every week. He right. So you're gonna wait till Christ come back when Christ ordained men now to put this thing in order, and you can't get right now. I know, like he said, if we ain't going off topic or nothing, we staying right on the point. But we ain't gonna get the power if you got 10 niggas over there, 20 over here, 5 over here. The Lord said one body. The Lord said one body, not 5, 6, 7 different bodies with 8 or 9 different leaders having different ideas and ideologies of what this Bible talking about. Right. Get me Psalms 37:1. This you niggas. This you wicked niggas. We're going to get into it all tonight. And it's only 7:33. We got time.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 37, and verse 1. Fret not thyself because of evildoers.
Fret not thyself because of evildoers. What does it mean to fret not thyself? Meaning don't worry about it. Right. To fret means you worried and concerned and bothered. I ain't looking at the definition straight up. But to fret is like you concerned and bothered and worried about it. Why is the Bible saying fret not thyself because of evildoers? Why? Here's going to explain a lot of y'all's issues today and why what we say really burns your spirit. And it has to burn your spirit. Why? Because when we try to tell you the truth of the matter, you steady looking at everybody else. You looking at everybody with money. You looking at everybody with some type of position that you think is authority. That's why I'm telling you, when that time come where we get the power in this school, in this body, in this UPK, where the Lord is, you're going to see real power. The Lord going to put so much power out. You're going to see, did not Elijah have the power? When Obadiah came to talk to Elijah, did he not tell him that the king going to find, I'm paraphrasing again, the king going to find out about you and send the soldiers to you? And then when they came to him, remember, Jezebel at the time had armies with Syria, armies. And when they sent the 50 men down to Elijah, he killed all of them, took them out. You talk about real power. When they got there, I'm skipped the part. When they got there, he disappeared on them, did he not? When they got there, he disappeared. They couldn't find him till he wanted them to find him. Go up to when Peter got the power, all of these different times. You think they ain't do that then and that's going to come now? Yeah, hell yeah, it's going to come now. That's what's coming. You got to put your trust and your honor and your spirit with the Lord and listen to the men telling you how to do it. That's how we going to get the power. And furthermore, anybody up in here should be fighting with, you should be warring against the demons on your brother to make sure that he's straight too. Oh, nigga, hold on, man. Chill out. You ain't supposed to be doing that. We about to get the power. You know what time we in? We in the end. In which the prophets of old said that they wanted to see this. And we here now. I'm going to make sure that this brother stay on time and on top of his job so that way we can get the power. Imagine if you get so close to that end and then you end up messing up and you end up dying from some disease or something because decided to go against the wickedness with the evildoers. You was this close to the power and you decided to leave and go be in a homosexual and all that with them. Now you done caught AIDS and died. And you was this close to the power. That's us every day. That's why these brothers got my back and I got theirs. They gonna keep me right. I'm gonna keep them right. Because we need each other to get that thing. Read it again, please, from the top.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 37, and verse 1. Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity.
What is that talking about? Neither be envious against the workers of iniquity. Why? Why is that? What does it mean, please?
So like, can I pull a precept, a quick precept?
You pull whatever you want to. Pull whatever you want to.
I just want to pull Galatians chapter 6, verse 7. Be not deceived. God is not mocked. For whatsoever man soweth, that shall he also reap. So with respect to this, when you see people doing evil, when you see, the workers of iniquity, it seems like they're prospering, they're getting ahead,
Yep.
They're advancing,
right?
They're being honored, they're being held in high esteem. You hold true to what you've been taught here.
Right.
What does the Lord say about evildoers? What does he say about those workers of iniquity? They're going to be destroyed.
Right.
So there's no sense in you getting anxious or frustrated whenever you come in contact with these people. There's no point in it.
Right.
You're sitting here believing that what the Lord says is not gonna happen. Like there's no power in what the Lord says when you do that. When you fret, you show a lack of faith when you fret. When you see these evildoers, when you see these workers of iniquity.
Exactly.
So like,
exactly. I want to stick to what Officer Bonka y'all just said. You see what they doing, and you see that, and that's what's in front of your face. You don't see that they about to get raided by the feds tomorrow. Right. You don't see that the car about to get shot up. Right. You don't see that they gonna die, and in their wickedness and the evil doing that they doing. All you seeing is them turning up at the club. All you see them doing is making money, more bukus of money that you would never see in your life, not knowing that the Lord got a hand to them too. We too busy watching them and the hand coming down on them. The scriptures say the stars of heaven would fall. That's right. That's what you watching. You think all this is supposed to happen overnight. All this is happening to show you what's going on. I ain't never met a brother or sister in the truth that came in this UPK and was worried or wanting for nothing. Right. I seen brothers coming here 110 pounds and staying here for a year and be 230. They turned 230. I was one of them. I came in this truth about big as, you know what I'm saying? About small as can be. Well, I'm 285 solid. I'm saying, you don't got to worry about eating. The Lord said he feed the birds and the fowls. Right. They ain't as important as you, and you eat too. He makes sure they eat too. You ain't got nothing to worry about coming and serving the Most High power. You might have a bad day or two, and you got to go through some fire, but that ain't got nothing to do with what you serving him for. You won't go through hard. What the hell you think this is? You supposed to have picket fences and sunny days all the time. How the hell you supposed to get stronger and prove your worth if you can't stand in the rain for the Lord for a day? You can't. Are you serious? Anybody I know that left the Lord, anybody I know that turned their back on him, they dead now. Don't worry about what they doing. The money them drug dealers are making. Them women stripping in the strip club and what they doing. The hell with that. You might look at them now and think they doing something special and they living a great life. They fucked up in the mind. You know how much drugs them hoes got to take just to get on that pole lock? You know how much manipulation and pimping and game got to go on just for them to take their clothes off and do that? You think they doing that for fun and it worked for them? All the looking over the shoulder them drug dealers got to do? All the competition and niggas that want to kill them are there for? You think they living a good life, huh? We live a good life up in here. Lord, with us, brother, I go anywhere in the earth and be just fine. I go to any hood and I'm dapping up the best of them. We good. Why? Because the Lord is with the UPK. That's right. I ain't special. I don't mean nothing there, nothing. But I choose to serve the Most High. And if we got a just God like we say we do, and he say he gonna protect you, man, as long as you do what he say to do, then you need to believe that and know that. Read that again, verse 2 for me, please.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 37 and verse 2. For they shall soon be cut down like the grass and wither as the green herb.
For they shall soon be cut down like the grass. You know how easy it is to cut grass? You know how easy it is to get a lawnmower or some scissors like my grandfather had me doing? Get the scissors, the big art scissors that about this long. Go out there and cut the grass. The shears. The 11-inch joints, go out there and cut the grass. Snip, snip, nigga. You think how easy it is? How easy do you think it is for the Lord to deal with the evildoers? Easy. But the mercy and the grace that he done put here gave you time to get it right. It's easy for the Lord. Easy. The Most High used one element to wipe out the earth. He used water and drowned the whole entire earth except 8 people. Now the Lord going to use another element called fire with the thermonuclear war. These are 2 elements we manipulate. We the ones pull water out the lakes and the oceans. We the ones that drink the water. We the ones that use water to wash our bodies in our cars. We the ones that put fire into gas and make heat. We the ones that put fire over a stove or under a stove to cook food. We manipulate these 2 elements. And the Most High used these 2 elements to destroy the earth. Or one to destroy it then and another one coming soon. We can't fathom the power that he could do, what he could do. And you worried about some dope dealing nigga and some hoe on a pole. Right. What are we talking about? Don't fret over what evildoers do. You watch them one day, they on top saying, take that. And next thing you know, they in prison. What you talking about? You think this devil don't know what he's doing? This devil got real power. And this devil not only got power, but power nigh unto the Egyptians. Right. This devil got power like they did back then. You thought the Egyptians ain't have power? The Egyptians, and I don't want to go too far, but I cannot hold it back. The Egyptians had power. They were doing business with all the nations next to them. Right. They was doing trade and all that. And had slavery with us, meaning we were the ones on the bottom in Egypt at that time, just like we on the bottom now. And America has reached that point where America and this white man can manipulate molecular structures in this place, just like the Egyptians could. Couldn't the Egyptians change the staff into a snake too? They could do it too. They had real power back then. And the Lord wiped them out and turned them into rubble too. Just like he gonna do here. Y'all better pay attention and watch what the Lord do. Y'all better pay attention and watch how the Most High get down. Don't fret what the evildoers do. They gonna be cut down like the grass also. That's what they gonna do, and they gonna be cut down just like them. Read on for me, please.
Come. Verse 3. Trust in the Most High and do good.
Wait. What did it say?
Trust in the Most High.
Trust in the Most High. Read on.
And do good.
And do good. What does it mean to do good? Does that mean go out and kiss white folks and pass out bread and cheese? To do good means to do what the Lord God say to do. Keep going.
And do good. So shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed.
Thou shalt be fed. Eating and having clothes on your back is the biggest thing. That right there, you eating and you got clothes on your back and a roof over your head, that's the deal right there. What is the joint? Be content with food and raiment. That's what you looking at. Worried about cars and big fancy houses and the money you ain't got and ain't never gonna get. And you got clothes and food on your back. Meanwhile, half of Israel can't muster the gall, muster the mindset just to function every day. And you got food and clothes. You can see. You ain't blind either. You can walk. Half Israel got gout and all kinds of things, foot getting cut off, can't walk. Go in the military, jump out of plane and mess up his back and can't walk no more, trying to be a human seal for the white man. And you can walk. You have your hands. You have some sanity to do what you need to do in hearing the word of the Lord and serving the Most High. Drop that for me, please. Take me to Psalm 2 and 8. We done questioned the wrong things. We ain't never took the time to say what? Are our sins, is the sins that we commit every day the reason why we so messed up? We never thought about that. We as a people too busy trying to wonder what the other thing is. Right. We ain't never looked at ourselves and said, are we doing something against God? Are we doing something against the power? I thought I believed in Jesus. I thought I believed in the Most High God, the Father. Why are we going through this thing? Because what these brothers bringing out every day is what we going through and trying to fix it. And we remedying it little bit by little bit. But the more we do it, the more you take your time and learn what we're supposed to do. Just take your time. You within the sound of my voice, you hearing the voice of these brothers and these prophets here is the reason why all of us done went through it. At one time, whether you 15 years old, 20 years old, 25, 30, 45, it don't matter. Whatever age you was once, you was scrolling through YouTube or you was walking through the street, came across this joint, and you done went through all your Egyptology videos. You done went through all your Jehovah's Witness videos. You done went through all your Christianity videos. You done went through all the weed smoking with videos with the rappers and all that. And you somehow came across your feed of some Hebrew Israelite thing, and you clicked on that joint and started hearing the words of God. And your mind started to shift from honoring them celebrities and them people in high places and started looking at some random Negroes on a corner, but you couldn't turn away. Right. You took your ass to the slave and got off the slave and turned that YouTube back on to find them same niggas. Right. And you done came across them again and then started hearing more stuff about this Bible. Then you took another day and opened the Bible and read along. Then it really messed you up and you realized it really say that. Then you started wondering, well, what else does it say? Then you clicked on another video. And then you started typing in the questions you wanted. John 3:16 breakdown, I.S.U.P.K. Then you started looking at other groups and going, wait, they ain't the U.P.K. What's these purple niggas? Who these red and white niggas? They not, they not with them. And then week and week go by, a couple months go by. Next thing you know, you in all black in class. Well, I'll be. That was me too. See, I don't know about some of y'all. I prayed to God and I said, if this is the way, don't deter me from it. We too caught up in Christianity and loving, thinking we love God and not knowing that God is trying to talk to you through the prophets. Come on with it, please.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 2 and verse 8.
Let's see what the Lord gonna do for us. Remember earlier we was talking about the power. Let's see what the Lord got for us. Go ahead.
Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance.
The Lord said, ask of me. All we got to do is ask of the Lord.
And the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession.
And the uttermost parts of the earth for the possession. We the ones supposed to rule this thing. We supposed to have the power and position of authority. When we ask the Most High, it get delivered unto us. Do he owe us that? No. He don't owe us nothing. We owe him everything. We the ones that broke the covenant back then. Then he sent his son down and made a new one. And in that, we got time to fix ourselves and correct ourselves. We supposed to be a nation of people. When we want something and we ask the Lord for it, we get it because we do what he say. Read that from the top one more time.
The book of Psalms, chapter 2, verse 8. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance.
Why is it saying give thee the heathen for thine inheritance? Because they supposed to be on the bottom, but they not on the bottom. We the ones on the bottom today. It's supposed to be where if I'm ruling over a certain part of the earth, that I commission men of Israel by the order of the Lord to go and do that thing, and those heathens be in place too to be told what to do. When your ass wake up and go to your slave, or you go and do something in this earth, you go work at a factory or somewhere or something like that, you in place for them devils to reap the benefits of your back and your time. And then they pay you a portion for you to go eat so you can then come back to work for him. Because he's the one running the plant, factory, job, business that you going to. So he got a person over him. Your supervisor got a person over him, and that one got a person over them. That one got a person over them, and it ultimately goes to the companies who run each and every one of them. And those the ones running this earth too. You will never meet the man who runs the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company. You will never meet the real one that runs the rubber. You don't know that the Italians run the steel and they've been doing it since the 30s? You don't know that the steel industry, or part of the steel industry that they run, is the steel that they take to build the weapons and the things in the earth. The Italians run it. You'll never meet one of them and know that that's your real master right there. Why? Because we own the bottom. We upside down. But when we go to say that, it's a problem. We the ones that get the most flack. No problem. No problem. That's how I know, and we in here know that we doing the right thing. And when that power come out, it's going to be a whole shift change. Government going to wipe out and outlaw the truth. Watch. He did it before. Go back when they outlawed saying you can't be a Jew and do the practices. That time gonna come where he gonna say, nah, y'all niggas reading that Bible, y'all can't do that. Y'all get caught reading that Bible, you get 90 days in jail. Y'all get caught reading. There's an article right now. 2 months ago, I pulled the article. The article was talking about how they want to take certain verses out the Bible. Not then, now. They want to take certain scripts out the Bible. Why? Because those the same scripts, those the same things that makes black men wake up and Hispanic men wake up and realize, oh, okay, this is what we supposed to do. Right. This is how we change the earth. Please.
So like what you're dropping is so heavy because spot on. The oppressor knows once we crack that book is our gateway to freedom.
Right.
So when you talk about them removing scriptures of them understanding what's in the book,
right?
There's a reason why they always put the slave version of the Bible in hotel rooms. You understand?
Right.
If once our people begin to wake up, and they're doing it because the things that they believe in, or we've been believing in, is continually to fall in front of our faces.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? We got our parents that have been raised a certain way over the years, and they're beginning to see that the thing that they thought was right have been wrong. Now, It's a hard truth for them to swallow, but guess what's happening? It's happening because the children of those parents are being able to see, hey, mom, I know you said this, but this is what's happening.
Right.
I know you said voting was the way of changing our lives, but this is what is happening. I know you said joining the military was a way of joining our lives, but this is what's happening. So we're able to use anecdotal evidence, right?
Right.
To establish different ways of thinking, which is knowing the truth based on how we live from day to day.
Thank you.
So what we're doing is now they want to snatch out things that correlate to how we're living.
Thank you.
And if I can hide that, I can keep you asleep. The Bible is our gateway to freedom. So keep dropping it out.
Thank you. Thank you. The more and more Like he's like, thank you. Because the more and more they start to realize, like we right now, myself included, with us in here, we at one time were in the world fully. But the children and the generations we bring forth after us ain't gonna know none of that. None of what? No, none of what? The worldly stuff, Christmas trees and Thanksgiving. I remember Officer Zion told me his son years ago came running in the house, Turkey Day. He like, he gonna learn one day that he ain't even gonna know it or remember that. But as a child, they trying out. They trying everything they can. Esau ain't got no time left. Esau done ran out of time. Esau is pushing everything he can now. Why? Because the Lord bringing it forth. The Lord pushing this thing further and further into the game. He bringing the one side with Esau and the Americas and NATO, and he bringing the other side with Esau and the Russians and the Chinese and the North Koreans and all them onto the battlefield. He pushing it so hard. He pushing it fast. He trying to get it going. We need to recognize and wake up that we in the fight too. Our people as a nation that you looking at every day that's strung out and messed up and on drugs and can't get it together, we the ones in the fight. We got a side we got to choose too. We got a side we need to decide. We gonna go with them or we gonna go with the Lord. Ain't no in between, man. There ain't no in between where you're going to sit back on the sideline and watch this thing go down. The Lord pushing it too fast. Esau can't keep up. The devil would rather not do that. You know what the devil would rather do is just rule the earth under Christianity or Islam. He don't give a damn. What he just want to rule. But he can't rule like that because he getting hit from all sides. He getting hit from every which way. Why? Because it's time for him to fall. The Lord giving us time to raise up and do the right thing, do the work. The Lord giving us time to change our lives and fix ourselves. That's what's so beautiful about this thing. That's why brothers, even in the sound of my voice, can't contain it. We all got to say something. We all got something to say. Because when you realize that your children, anybody that have children know, I didn't know at one point. All these brothers in here had children. I said, I commend y'all. Y'all raising 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 children at one time. I'm good. Then I went and had one. And it's a whole nother perspective. It's a whole different world when you can understand when you have a child. Pay attention. When you have a child, now you kind of feel a different way about how things are done. If you get into a fight, that's one thing. But when you know your child is in the fight, that's another thing. You can deal with whatever head cracking, floor tumbling, wrestling, whatever you. But when you know your children are involved, now a whole different game is being played. You can't deal the same way you would 20 years ago, how you would when you was a hothead at 19. Now that you 35, 36, and you got 2 children. What am I saying? The Most High God has children too. And his children are on the bottom and suffering. So he going to make his chest move. The devil going to make his chest move. The Chinese going to make his chest move. The Japanese going to make their move. And the Lord going to make another one. The Lord 10 steps ahead of them. Why do you think the Lord wiped out Kim Jong-il? Why did Kim Jong-il have to get wiped out in 2012? Because it had to usher in a new power. It had to usher in different things and different motives and moves. Why was Obama rolling with Putin at one time, and then Trump was rolling with Putin at one time, and then turn around Putin ain't rocking with Biden? Same country, same democracy. What happened? It's because the Lord is drawing these things in play. You better make a wise choice to come with the Lord. Give me Psalms 59. Let me not rush it. I might be off. Psalm 60. Give me Psalm 60. Psalm 60 and 8, please.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 60 and verse 8. Moab is my wash pot.
Moab is my wash pot. What does it mean, Moab is my wash pot? Anybody want to take that shot? What does it mean? Moab is my wash pot. Moab being a wash pot. Moab being a wash pot means he's like a filthy thing on Esau. He's a filthy thing to him. Because the instigating that happens over, instigating again and again and again. You go back and look on the news and look at information when it comes to China and Russia against Esau and NATO. You go back and look at America and NATO and what they got to go through just with the Ukrainian thing, dealing with Russia, and they can't make certain moves because you got the Chinese and the Russians working together. Moab being the wash pot is instigating over and over and over and over again. Keep going.
Come on. Verse 9. Moab is my wash pot. Over Edom will I cast out thy shoe.
What does it mean to cast out the shoe?
Cast out my shoe.
What does it mean to cast out my shoe? What is it? What is that term? What is that saying? What is that? To cast out your shoe. It's like to cast out your shoe is like what Arabs do, or like your Latina grandmother. When they throw the shoe out of anger, they're just that mad. When they cast out their shoe because they're that mad, is a thing that is saying the Lord's gonna, in his anger, is gonna do.
That's
please.
Right. And that's because I remember when George Bush was in office, he was explaining something about the bomb that went off in the Middle East of America's parole, and one of them damn Arabs took his shoes and threw it. He dodged the joint. They throw shoes in there.
That's their way of I'm this mad. Right. That's the Lord saying, read it again, please.
Psalms chapter 60 and verse 8. Moab is my wash pot. Over Edom will I cast out my shoe.
To throw out in the anger over what's going on. Keep going.
Philistia, triumph thou because of me.
Now, what is this talking about with Philistia? Who can tell me? What is this Philistia here? Who knows what this is? I'll give you a hint. It's not talking about the Philistines. Philistia, when it says Philistia, it's talking about the Philistines. It's talking about what it's talking about when it says Philistia, triumph thou because of me, because the Philistines is talking about the northern part of the Philistine Empire, which is Syria and Lebanon. Because why? America and NATO can't get into Syria like they want, because they can't get in there because the Russians and the Chinese know if you go and step ground over in Syria, we coming. So now America and NATO stuck. All right, shalom. They stuck. But if they can get that and Syria fall, we got a game. Now we in the game. Now you really gonna have Officer Zion calling you. We meeting at a school 10 minutes now. Okay, where you at? Because the game the chess game being played is just that. That's what the Philistia is talking about. Please.
If anybody been paying attention to the news, that's the whole thing with Hezbollah and Hamas right now.
Thank you.
They this close. We talking about them signing the treaty to use long-range missiles.
Yes.
And they said if you allow them to use long-range missiles, we in the butt. They this close. But they got us looking at Puff Daddy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Take that and maybe oil sheen. Right. Oil sheen.
Yeah. They right there. And, you brought me back. And 2012, did they not do the test missile and said, we testing these missiles over here. So that way, if it ever set off, we have the ability to shoot the missiles in the Straits of Hormuz. We ready. We ready. What the Lord say? Please read, start at verse 8, please.
The book of Psalms, chapter 60 and verse 8. Moab is my wash pot. Over Edom will I cast out my shoe. Philistia, triumph thou because of me. Verse 9. Who will bring me into the strong city?
That's the Lord asking that. What is he asking that for? What is he saying? What does he mean? Who will bring me into the strong city? What is he saying? What is the Lord saying? The Lord can do whatever he wants. Right. But what is he asking?
Salaka, the Lord is basically telling Israel to get right in a sense. You know what I mean? Because when we get right, then he gonna come into play. Salaka.
Yeah, but with verse 8, what is he asking in 9? When you read 8, what's 9 the question for? The question is together with 9. I mean, the question in 9 is together with 8. Verse 8, one more time, please. Moab is my washpot.
Psalm chapter 60 and verse 8. Moab is my washpot. Over Edom will I cast out my shoe. Philistia, triumph thou because of me. Verse 9. Who will bring me into the strong city? Who will lead me into Edom?
What is he asking?
It's like who else wants to wear Hollywood code? He's not really asking. It's like how black people talk. In the sense, like, who gonna be the one? Who gonna push the button?
Who's gonna be the one to who's the who? Yep. And who gonna be the one to do it?
Who gonna be the one to do it? Which one of y'all?
I'm asking you, who's the who and who gonna be the one to do it?
The who the one to stir it up?
When he says, who will bring me into the strong city? Who will lead me to Edom?
Oh, lead me into Edom. Oh, we're prayers.
Read verse 8 again. It's right there.
Oh, Slakia, Philistia, and Moab is my
Thank you. Moab is the one. Moab is instigating.
Right.
Instigating.
That's China and North Korea.
Yes.
Yeah, North Korea.
So with that building up of instigating, when a nigga pushing you, the Lord saying, who gonna bring me to Edom? Who gonna bring me in a strong city? Who will lead me to Edom? Why? Because they pushing, and then guess what? The Lord gonna step in and say, got y'all. Right. Now we all battling for what? For my gold and my diamonds and my treasure that y'all took from me. And that's when we get delivered. He building the battle. He building this side up over here, and he building up NATO over here, and building up Russia and China and all them over here. He building up Esau more and more and gathering them together for the war. That's why he can't play the game right. The white man can't play the right game. We too busy trying to play the game of bills. Damn, I gotta do overtime to pay my car. Oh shit, I gotta use my money for this just to pay that. I gotta do the problems we got are fixed by this record here. What Esau and Moab and them going through is otherworldly. Who will bring me into the strong city? That's why he followed it up. Who will lead me into Edom? You got to think about who the Lord got to deal with. That's the Lord asking. He gonna use what? Moab to strengthen them so they can get more powerful because they on the other side. So when he said, who will lead me to Edom? That's who he want. The Lord don't want you to go pick up a weapon and pick up a gun and go hand to hand fighting the white man. There ain't no glory for him in that. Right. The Lord want all the glory. The Lord want what? What does the Lord want in this fight? Why? I'll ask you a question. Why does the Lord keep allowing Esau to have funding and make more and more weapons in the earth? Why? Planes, missiles, NASA. Why does the Lord allow the white man to get all this power, all this so-called glory, all this on high, they never cut the budget. You go look at Neil deGrasse Tyson's ass, wondering why he won't fund the budget for NASA, but funds the military orders and the contracts. The white man wants a weapon. He wants to develop a weapon powerful enough to fight Christ. But why is the Lord allowing it? Kawhi, I think he was raising your hand.
Oh, no, so he's allowing it because it's like he's the most high power. It's like it's no fun picking up. You want to build this thing up so you can show its power. Like to see this big giant fall. It's kind of the sense like how Lord will raise, it's like a calf who's been just getting fat just to be slaughtered. Like, so like these fake Israelite groups. The Lord gonna get you, he gonna let you get nice and purple. Nice, real millions of Africans and all that just to crush you. Right. It's like just like he did in Egypt. We built them treasure cities. They was doing all kind of stuff, these big old sphinx heads and pyramids, and the Lord just drowned all the African behinds in the damn sea.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Just to flex his power, to show, you know, like this is gonna be a great ending to a movie. You got all this great kingdom that you think wouldn't fall, and now look at it.
That's right. He won a great fight. No, please. The story that Officer Zion said, the story of Egypt won't be nothing compared to the story of America being destroyed. That is what it is. We're going to remember that when the time comes where America falls, brother, in Israel, we're going to remember that. And in those museums where they have depictions of whites standing with the mannequin pose, our children are going to wonder, hey, who is that? And then Kawal and Bonkayal and myself and Badazar, that used to be the white man. Really? Yep. He used to rule the earth at one time. For real? Yep. Him? He was ruling the earth? Why he so hairy? That? Why he so hairy? Why he look like that? He was ruling the earth. Yeah, he was ruling the earth, and we got him up there. Remember, you know what ain't gonna be in the museums? Nuclear missiles. Nuclear missiles ain't gonna be in the museums for us to ponder, because that time gonna come where the Lord gonna use them nuclear missiles to destroy this devil. Come on.
Salakia, that's heavy.
I got you. I got you next.
I can't help but to think. So when you're speaking of Moab, you pretty much likened the abundance of the Asians, to follow after, I guess, Moab or China. So you can even liken the conflict that we had with the Japanese to Moab, because Moab and Ammon are brothers essentially.
That's right.
But they're all, these are Asian countries. As you think about the conflicts that America has dealt with since, the beginning of its inception. Talk about the Korean War, the Vietnam War, the Taiwan Straits crisis. We can even look at the pandemic. That began in the wet markets of Wuhan province.
That's right.
So as far as Moab being a washpot, good night. The Lord is literally using them to, correct the so-called Edomites or the so-called white society.
Yes.
Salakia.
You too are. That's right. That's right. Because these other nations gonna learn. These other nations look at you like garbage. But the Lord is the one trying to tell you, hey, you the one. The Lord's saying, do what you need to do by me. Do what you need to do by me, and I'll protect you in what I'm about to do to them. Show me that you rolling with me, and in showing me that you rolling with me, I'm going to protect you and give you the power, and that power is going to be delegated by the Lord. Don't think that power. Read verse 12, please, in 60 and 12.
This is the book of Psalm, chapter 60 and verse 12. Through the Most High, we shall do violently, Slacky.
You're right.
Valiantly, for he is, Slacky, right from the top. Through the Most High, we shall do valiantly, for he it is that shall tread down our enemies.
Come on. What are we talking about? It ain't you. You ain't gonna do it. You ain't gonna pick up no gun and go fight this devil. The Lord want to do it for you. Brother, I think you was going to say something about Zarwan. You was going to bring something out. I saw you raise your hand.
I was just going to bring out a precept.
Okay, what you got?
Malachi, referring to why the Lord is, the Lord building up these nations, allowing them to be over us in the manner that they're in.
Okay, Malachi what?
Malachi 1 and 6. Okay, Salakia. It says Salakia. 1 and it's really one.
Malachi 1 and what?
It's really 1 and 3, but 1 and 3 through
Malachi
5,
1 and 3
through 5. But verse 4 is where it's at. So I'll keep it short. It says, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignated forever. Verse 5.
Indignation.
Indignation forever.
That's
And
right.
Verse 5. And your eyes shall see, and ye shall say, the Lord will be magnified from the border of Israel.
That's right.
You know what I mean? The Lord built him up so that he can show you, like, basically, like, show you what he can do.
Yes.
To magnify himself. SHALAM.
That's no, you're right. And that's what the Lord did with Egypt. The Lord did that with Egypt, and look at Egypt now. Niggas want to go back to Egypt so damn bad. What the hell you want to go back there for? Ain't nothing but Cheeto bags and Newports in Egypt now. And you want to go to Egypt. You know what you should go to Egypt for? Go see where your people was at enslaved. Sure. Go see the history. And bring your black ass home. You think Egypt was something special and they ain't ruling nothing. Egypt ain't ruling a damn thing. America here now trying to rule and run and operate. Man, this empire is over with. This empire is done. That was a good precept. This empire is horrible. It's done. The stars are falling in this place. You think you're going to do something in this place and be better off? You better off serving the Most High. Any questions online, come on with them. We answering all the questions tonight. Okay. Where was we at? 12. That was 12, right? 16, 12. The last one you just read was 12. Okay. I just want to make sure I was where I was at. All right. So take me over. Let's go ahead and get ourselves together. Give me James 1 and 22. James 1 and 22. This thing we doing here, we trying to get it together. All you got to do is serve the Lord. That's your only job in this earth. The whole duty of man is what? To keep the law. That's all we got to do. We can sit back and watch the empire fall as long as we do what the Most High say to do. That's beautiful, man. I don't want to, me personally, I don't want to fight no whole nation. Well, I don't want to pick up no gun and go have to fight the nations myself. The fuck? Wait a minute. So I'm supposed to load up my AR-15 with the 30 round and put on Teflon and go fight against the people. They gave me the gun. When I went to go buy the gun, the devil telling me what papers to fill out. Ain't no paper being filled out to serve the Lord. We brought out in the beginning of class that oil that get poured upon you. You come up in this UPK, bro, and you get the oil and you become a brand new person. Take that heavy as can be. You're going to go through the fire. Don't think you come into the truth and you get that oil poured on your head. You ain't going to go through some ups and downs. Oh, yeah, you're going to go through your ups and downs. But you stick with it and stay with the Lord. I'm living proof of it. These brothers in here are living proof of it. You better stay strong and staunch for the Lord. That's the point. The biblical law class. Now, I don't know I don't went over here and I done talked about this over here, but the point is you doing what you need to do for the Lord. Right. It's about the Lord. That's why the Lord want to deliver you from the hand of this devil. He want to be the one that said, look what I did for you. The Lord, think about it like this. The Lord, you ever imagine if there's a woman who's a hoe. Done had sex with everybody in the neighborhood. And this sister or this woman is with a man. And this woman being with this man, they walking in the grocery store. Now, she done had sex with everybody in a 10-mile radius. Now, this man is walking with this woman in the grocery store, down the aisle, picking up bread and shit and tomato sauce. And now, this sister getting a beef with another man. Now, the man that she with, he got to defend her to this dude. But deep down in his heart, he knows she a hoe. But the conflict in his mind is, I know she this way, but I got to defend her because she is now my woman. That's the Most High trying to deliver us because we've been a hoe as a people. And the Lord, at least we could have the decency to give the Lord a decent woman, but we done been hoed out so much that the Most High still want to fight for us. And in that fight, we got to turn from being the hoe to being righteous again. Right. And in that glory, man, you're going to see what? You're going to see that when we change and fix ourselves as a people, we will get that power. That's right. And the Most High going to deliver us. I can't wait for it. I'm looking forward to that power. And in that power, I know I'm being a little long-winded here. In that power, you're going to see that it ain't us. Them other Israelite groups want the power so they can be nasty. So they can be hoes and have sex with white women. That's what they want the power for. They want the power for their own lust and their own gain and authority. We want the power. Why? So we can do the work of the Lord. So we can clean and fix up Israel. That's what we want the power for. That's what we fighting for. And like I said earlier, the brothers going to look out for each other. The brothers, I'm going to make sure this brother's straight, and he going to make sure I'm straight. Because I don't want him to start falling short. Whoa, brother. You need to stay on point. We about to get the power. We at the end. That's what we're here for, okay? Right. So where was I at? What did I last pull? Where was I at? I'm sorry. James 1 and 22, the water. James 1 and 22. Let me catch up. Let me get there first. Get over there to James 1 and 22. If anybody got it, y'all can go ahead. I'm just catching up.
I got it.
Okay.
James chapter 1, verse 22. But be ye doers of the word, and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves.
But be ye doers of the word and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves. Why? Because you got to do what the Lord say to do. Right. Everything we done brought out tonight all comes down to you doing what you need to do so the Lord can do what he trying to do. The Lord ain't going, what sense would it make if the Lord going to put his hand forth to deliver you and then you not doing what you're supposed to do? It don't make sense. If you got a child at school who's not being productive in school and doing what he need to do, doing the right thing, what sense would it make for your parent to come to defend you when the teachers and all the superintendents and them are saying your child ain't doing right? What sense would it make for the parent to come to defend their child when their child's acting a fool? But if the child is acting a fool and then they get it together, and then now the parent can come and defend the child in that system, then yeah, we can work with that. We got something to work with. Then we can build that thing and correct the other issues going on round about. The Most High is trying to correct the issues round about the children of Israel, but the children of Israel need to correct themselves too. All right. That was it on 22. Go to read 14. Go back to 14.
James chapter 1, verse 14. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed.
But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed. That's what we were saying earlier in the beginning. Don't be so caught up in what evildoers are doing. Don't be drawn away in what Satan's trying to use to get you. When you come to class and you check in online and you do what you're supposed to do, hold that. When you go outside of these doors and you go home and you alone and by yourself, keep the integrity. And if you fallen and Satan's coming to you, you better call a brother. Ain't no shame in that. You think we ain't heard every which way a man has gone up and down in this earth in destruction? Brothers used to call me having problems with pornography, smoking weed, smoking cigarettes, all kinds of shit. You think we don't know how to deal with that? You think we came from nothing? Don't let Satan run you like that. Read on. A little faster, please. Because we at 8:30.
Then when the lust have conceived, it bringeth forth sin. And sin, when it is finished, bringeth forth death.
What's that talking about? What does it mean then when lust have conceived, it bringeth forth sin? What is this talking about? It's talking about you as an Israelite person, you as a man or woman, Satan gonna come to you. Satan gonna try to get you with the things that you was once doing. Satan gonna try to get you to get high again. And when he coming to you to push you and tempt you and entice you, you don't do it, you beat Satan. When you don't go for it, you win. When you as a woman, when that nigga hit you up on Facebook and that nigga talking all them smooth words that used to get you back in the day, but now you a brand new woman in Christ, and Satan used that man to come and get you to have sex with him again or go deal with him again, and you fight that thing and you talk to your husband you got now, or you call up your camp leader, or you call up another sister and you be honest. You be honest and say, sis, or Salakia, sir, or talk to your Lord or your husband and say, I'm going through something right now, and be real with it. Did this nigga hit me up on Facebook, or this nigga hit me up, that I ain't do nothing. I didn't message him. He hit me up, and Satan fucking with me, trying to get me to go deal with this man. Satan trying to get in any capacity, then that man that you with gonna help you fight your demons. That camp leader that you call, that you up under, gonna help you fight them demons. You call a sister or a sister that's a mother, like a mother unto you, she gonna contact who she need to contact. But don't try to war it. Why? Because when it says, then when lust have conceived, it bringeth forth sin. Because let's say you don't contact that brother or contact that sister or contact your camp leader, or you try to war that thing on your own and you go forth to conceive that weed smoke you want to do. You go forth to conceive the unlawful sex you want to do, and you go forth and conceive it, and you do that thing. Then it says, and sin, when it is finished, bringeth forth death. Satan gonna tempt you. You don't come into the truth and Satan go away. Satan want to bring them demons back for you to turn against the Lord. That's the fight. So we done brought out talking about the other nations and the Lord dealing with the other nations and your battle and your fight too. That's what we dealing with. Israel got to deal with every angle we can. Man, woman, child, Satan, the Most High, Christ, the Most High and Christ, brothers and sisters alike, children, your slave at your job. All of these things coming together, all of these things you got to fight is what you put in your best hand forward for, your best foot forward. So that way you can get the kingdom, man. So you can be delivered by the Lord. And when Christ cracked the sky, we gonna be the ones to rule. Set yourself up now for later. It's just like anything. Working out, eating right, teaching your child in the way they should go. All of these things is a setup for later. You hear what the brothers and sisters are talking about. These are things that's going to set you up for later. Brothers coming to the school and read these records and learn these records and do the right thing is setting them up for later. Can't tell you how many times brothers came in the truth and they learn and grow and prosper and become better. And you look at their old tapes and you see how far along they came. Brothers and sisters alike. Children who were once babies that we carried in our arms, who are now 10, 12 years old, 15 years old. Men that we done been together with and warred with for years. And we gonna stick it out and rock it out and do what we need to do. That's the longevity. What's the joint enduring to the end? I want to endure unto the end. Let me get enduring to the end. Then we're going to hit Revelations. And then we're going to have any questions that need to be answered on here.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
You better endure unto the end, Hebrews. Endure unto the end. Endure what? Endure everything we've been talking about. That trial, that fire, endure that thing. Push through that thing. And don't try to war it by yourself. You call brothers, talk to brothers, open up a video, go on live. That's why we got all this access and ways to get to the priests and the prophets. So that way you're not by yourself. I'll tell you a personal one. I was fighting Satan last night, warring with Satan, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Me, I just opened up Cap Tazariak joint when he went live with the Tony Harvin. That helped me. I just watched that. Help me fight Satan. Call on the name of the Most High. When you call on the name of the Most High, that gets the demons out the way. I don't know if y'all knew that. You speak the Most High's name, demons run. And I ain't saying, Lord Jesus, Jesus, God, Jesus, please help me, Jesus. Call on the Most High's name. Speak on his name and ask him to help you and deliver you from whatever you're going through in that moment. We all done been there, but you can't fall for it. The trial that you going through and the fight that you taking when Satan come to tempt you to sin against the Lord, you got to use your weapons against them demons. You have to use them weapons, man, that we giving you. Okay, these brothers here talk to me more than I could ever imagine and remind me of days of old. And by days of old, I mean in the last 6-7 years. And they remind me of times I forgot. I done forgot more times with these brothers than I remember. Because we done built this thing. 1969, baby, and we keep going.
That's right.
All right. We got any, where was we at? 15? Read verse 16, please. James 1 and 16.
James chapter 1, verse 16. Do not err, my beloved brethren.
Why is it saying, do not err, my beloved brethren? Don't fall. Don't go to the wayside. Don't turn against the thing that brought life to you. Satan trying you out is beautiful because you have a chance to fight back. You got a chance to show him, nigga, you ain't going to get me. You ain't going to get me to turn against the Lord. You thought that I came from this wickedness of selling drugs and getting high and popping hoes to go back? Where the joint the dog returned to his folly? It's in the Apocrypha. Let me get that joint. Let me get where a dog returns to his folly. Anybody got that joint? Any questions online, hit me with them. Go ahead. If you got it, come on.
I think it's in Proverbs.
No, and it's in the Apocrypha, I believe. Well, what you got in Proverbs?
The vomit.
What you got in Proverbs, though?
Proverbs is
I want the one Kowal just said, though. But
that's Proverbs chapter 26, verse 11.
All right.
As the dog returneth to his vomit, so a fool returneth to his folly.
What is that talking about? What is that talking about? Read it one more time so they can hear you.
Right. Proverbs
Because it's
chapter
what it
26,
means.
verse 11. As a dog returneth to his vomit, so a fool returneth to his folly.
Have y'all ever seen a dog eat his own vomit? When I first got my dog, his name is Pinto Bean. He's like 78 now. But man, I first saw that. I was like, what are you doing? He had threw up. He done threw up in the backyard. I said, oh, he getting it out. You know what I'm saying? Okay, yeah, all right. Then he started eating it. He started, and he looking at me like, what's the problem? I said, please stop. Please stop eating what are you doing? I had to learn that this is what dogs do. But you don't get rid of the vial and you throw it up and get it out of you. When you get rid of getting high and you stop being a stripper, you women stop stripping in strip clubs and OnlyFans, and you brothers stop being drug dealers, and you put away eating pork and eating shrimp and crab and lobster, that's you throwing it up and getting rid of it. You are taking that sickness up out of you and you getting it out.
That's right.
You wouldn't go then and eat the vomit you just threw up like a dog does. But for you to go back to your wickedness is like a dog. It's like what the scriptures say. Read it again.
Proverbs chapter 26, verse 11. As a dog returneth to his vomit, so a fool returneth to his folly.
Right. A fool gonna go back to what he do, like a dog does eating the vomit. You wouldn't do that. But a fool gonna go back to that thing. Don't do that. Don't go back to that. Okay. The water for that. Because there's something in the that's Proverbs for sure, but there's something in the Apocrypha I was looking for. Oh, you said you got it?
I know what you're talking about.
Okay. Any questions in the room before we go on? You sure? Okay. Anything? I didn't know if anybody had anything off topic, on topic, online. Look like online's chilling. Anybody online, if y'all got any questions, man, this Bible too big not to have no questions. It don't matter what it is. I know I ain't nobody, but I can answer your questions for sure. Okay. Let's carry over to give me a second. Let me see if I got what I had over. Bear with me 1 second. Okay. Okay, here we go. Let me get that Ephesians 4:22. Ephesians 4:22. Whoever get there first, we in there. Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. Go ahead, Kawhi. You good? Well, we chilling.
This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 4, verse 22.
Yes.
That ye put off concerning the former conversation, the old man.
This is an issue I've always had with coming into school. Not with the school, but issues I've had with brothers and sisters coming in, and they want to. Forgive me, I'm looking at this screen over here. Yeah, they want to come into school and talk about themselves in the past. You come into the UPK and you change your life and you become a new man or woman. I don't want to hear shit about what you did in the past. I don't want to hear nothing about the hoes you was popping and the drugs you was selling. I don't care about that weak ass nigga. I don't care about that whore. I don't want to hear about what you used to do and who you used to rock with. Ain't nothing to glorify in that. Who was you supposed to be in that? You won't nobody in it. Nigga, you wasn't selling nothing. You was not nobody selling nothing. You won't nobody. You wasn't the baddest, but you was not Black China. That won't you. You was not the biggest hoe. That won't you. Who you used to roll with, it ain't nobody. That's why we read back in Psalm, fret not what evildoers do. You want to glorify what the old man? Why you talking about the old man? What you? Oh, Kabaka, y'all. I know why. You want to be the old man. You miss being the old drug dealer. You miss being that nigga. You miss being the woman every nigga lusted after, huh? Your nasty ass. You miss that, don't you?
That's right.
Read it again, please. 4 and 22. Ephesians 4 and 22.
Ephesians chapter 4, verse 22. That ye put off concerning the former conversation, the old man.
Stop bringing up that shit you did before you got that oil poured on your head.
That
right. Ain't you.
That's right.
If anybody knew you before then, I ain't talking about that nigga.
Right.
I know brothers in here now that I knew before they came in the truth, and I ain't bringing up that old nigga no way.
Right.
Why? Because I don't want him to be that. I don't want her to be that. Nobody ever come to me talking about they know me, unless they in this body. You know what? I had a brother come to me at my job. I had a brother come to me at my slave and said they knew who Bon Kayal was, and said they knew who Kawal was. Y'all know Kendrick, right? Yeah. He came to me and was like, I know your boys. I said, you don't know nothing, nigga. Who you know about my brothers? The tall ones, nigga. I'm tall, nigga. I'm the one you speak of. You know them? I said, who you talking about? You don't know them. You know what I mean? They know you, but you don't know them. I don't want to hear about the old conversation of you who died. That's a hard concept for Israel to understand. The old you is dead now when you come up in here. That person is gone. Could tell you how many IDs I done looked at where the old person was on the ID and you go to get a new ID at the DMV and it looked like two completely different people. The old person on the ID looked drugged out, looked like a zombie. Damn near like what it was spoken about in Ezekiel. Then I look at the new sister or the new brother and they look refreshed, look like they got collagen back in their face and their bones, look like they got, you know what I'm saying? Look younger than before. What am I talking about, Banca, y'all? Well, I don't. What am I talking about? Okay. Yeah, I mean, y'all don't gotta listen to me. Y'all don't. Y'all ain't gotta listen to me. You better listen to the Lord. Or rather, I can't do nothing for you, but do the job that was humbly given to him. Do the job that was mercifully given, and I had to take it in that way. You think this job is given unto the priests and the prophets because we owe that? No. We given this office and this job, and we have to take that damn near like we don't deserve it. You've been allowed to learn who you are on the earth. You've been allowed to find out that God is on your side and prefers you among all people. And as a man, you've been given that office to not only take what was given to you and to give it unto others freely. When our righteousness are as filthy rags. So when it come to my office and what I got to do, nigga, I don't deserve this. So that should mean much more when I go to do what the Lord say to do. Because I don't deserve it. So when Christ laid his life down for us, we should take that and say, you know what? To hell with my life. When I wanted to go do this and go be that, This man laid his life down for me. Christ was the first creation from the Most High. He ain't none of that. The power that is shouldn't even have to deal with this nonsense. Why you got to deal with the people who don't want to listen to the Most High? In that love for that right there should be the reason why we sit back and say, you know what? I'm not going to do the things against the Lord. I have every reason to do it for the Most High. You know what I'm saying? So where we at? What was that? Ephesians? Keep going in Ephesians.
Ephesians chapter 4, verse 22. That ye put off concerning the former conversation the old man, which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust.
Which is corrupt to the deceitful lust. Because Satan's going to try everything in his power to get you to go back to that. Satan going to try to take what you think is and go back. Everything that was beautiful to you. There may have been some woman you was with that was just everything to you. Best sex, had money, only was down for you. Wanted you to be with her all the time, but you had to go to camp. You had to go to camp and you was worried about the hoe going and getting somebody else. She wanted your time, but you decided I'm going to give my time to the Lord. Why go back on that? Why go back on it? All that time you done spent classes, camps, high holy days, studying the record, taking notes. Why go back on that? Why revert from that? You done put years in. Like the brother told me, you ain't got that skin in the game. I didn't know what he meant by that. I was like, huh? Whatever it sound right. You ain't got the skin in the game, bro. You done laid your life on the line at camp every weekend. Brothers with anxiety popping up, and they still standing out there worried, anxious, don't know what's going on, and standing strong anyway. The brother just told me last night, I couldn't tell he had anxiety. I thought we was having fun. I thought camp ain't never been a job for real, like a burden. The burden was light. I love out, man. We out there standing and, hey, brother, you need a water? Okay, cool. Hey, brother, go change posts with that brother over there. Hey, brother, you about to read. Hey, you up next. Ain't no job. What I mean is, you know, when they say you never work a day in your life if you're doing what you love to do. That's what I'm saying. It's a job being a priest in private, but I'm saying the burden of it. Okay, read on. 24, right?
It's like a 23.
Oh, you still in 23?
Yes.
Okay. If could you finish 23 and read through 24?
Ephesians chapter 4, verse 23. And be renewed in the spirit of your mind. Verse 24. And that ye put on the new man, which after God is created in righteousness and true holiness.
Right. Put on that new man. In your mind, you not that same old man. You not. That's one of the hardest things for Israel, because you around the same people. You dealing with the same family members, but you not the same. Spiritually, I hope I can speak on it without getting a call. Spiritually now, you dealing with other people, you're going to see some people not remember who you are. What am I saying? There's been people who I've dealt with face to face and coming into the school don't remember who I am afterward and not recognizing face to face. But then when I tell them it's me, they're like, oh, yeah. Like, the spiritual part of it is beyond measure. If you take time, I don't know how I can really make it make sense. If you a person who weighs 300 pounds and you overweight, fat, and you go and let's say you take some years to lose the weight and you get down to 125, 130, and you grow a beard and you dress differently, that person that they saw at 300 pounds wearing, t-shirts and George shorts and tennis shoes, and you go and change and you become 130 pounds, and now you wear button-down shirts with jeans and work boots, that looks like two completely different people. So I'm trying to make it make sense. Spiritually saying, you become a brand new person. So that person that they're looking at that was 300 pounds and who they known for years, they didn't see them for 4 or 5 years. And now that same person comes around and they're 125 pounds with a beard and whole different attire. They talk different, they move different, they look different. That person isn't going to recognize them off rip until they say, yo, this me. That's like changing yourself in the truth. Spiritually, you change yourself. You let your beard grow out. I know mine ain't, where it need to be. Lord allow I can grow a full beard like these brothers. But you grow your beard out, you get your hair grow, you get stronger, and you change and you start wearing the apparel of Israel. You change your life. You don't talk or act the same or eat the same. They're going to look at you and see a whole different person. That's what it's talking about. And all of us can attest to this. Family members alike. Okay, read on.
Okay. Verse 24. Verse 25.
Oh, that you just finished 24?
Okay.
Okay, no problem. Take me to 2 Timothy 2:15, and we're going to close out with any questions or any other information we can roll. This is going to be the last script right here. 2 Timothy 2:15.
Second Timothy chapter 2, verse 15.
All right.
Study to shew thyself approved unto God.
What does it mean to study to show thyself approved unto the Most High? What does this mean? Please.
It means study to show yourself approved by the Lord. Like
What is an example?
A man putting in the work to become the priest and officer he needs and wants to be.
What does it mean to put in the work to become a priest and officer?
Like in your time, like you study, you don't know anything unless you study.
But what does that mean?
You want to be approved by God, you got to put in the work.
What does it mean to put in the work?
Putting in the work is learning these law, statutes, and commandments and doing so. Right. Study to show thyself approved. How do I know that this man is doing what he need to do if he's showing up with skinny jeans and a pink t-shirt with his drawers hanging out? He ain't got boots. He got on slides. Right.
How do I know that he's studying to show himself approved?
Right.
I don't know that. He showing up however he want to show up. But if you study and you show yourself approved, meaning you go into this record and learn what this is saying and you apply it. I remember Captain Saga Ward said a couple years back, we was hanging out at the house and he was like, I talked to him for maybe 4 hours straight and he was just giving me game like I ain't never had. And he was like, man, I ain't never seen Captain Akkad in anything but a black button-down t-shirt, a black button-down long sleeve, jeans and boots. And I started thinking like, I ain't never seen Captain Akkad without boots on either. I ain't never seen him without jeans or some kind of coat or jacket of some sort either. And then like, even when he himself came down, he was wearing the same thing. Like my point is, some men take this thing and what they do in righteousness with it, that keeps them strong so they can have integrity and do what they need to do. Other brothers can kind of not water it down, but they can operate in another manner, but it's still in line with the Lord. So when it comes to studying to show yourself approved, these are the things that you go into that record and learn, and you apply it in your everyday life. You don't just do it on a class day or on the weekend. You do it when nobody's watching, when nobody can see you. You are still that man that is brand new. You are still that man that serves the Most High when nobody's watching, because at the end of the day, the Lord is. The Lord see what you're doing. And even in that, brother, I don't want no part of no, I don't want no problem.
Right.
If anybody wrestling something like that, brother, just think about this. If you by yourself and Satan trying you, think about what it would look like with whatever you getting tempted to do. What would it look like if we watching you? How would you feel if we saw you doing that thing? You would not want to do that. Think about that with the Most High. Any questions before we get up out of here? Anybody at all? Anything from Genesis to Revelation? Anything online? Anybody online? Y'all got any questions? Hit me with them. We still got a few minutes. Whatever questions, throw it in the chat now. We're going to get it. Going to get a whole breakdown. I'll give a minute or two for it. I appreciate y'all brothers and sisters coming out. I appreciate you brothers and sisters online checking it out, checking out the UPK, the Israelite School of UPK, I.S.U.P.K, Fayetteville Law class, the water for all the participation, all the work, all the time and the sacrifices away from your children and your wives and family. This is a beautiful thing that we're doing. I appreciate each and every one of y'all, and I hope I can fulfill the office of the same. Come on.
Yeah, I got a question. Acts 6:1. Just to give you like a background, just story of Stephen.
Yeah.
That 6:1, that ministration, it says Acts chapter 6, verse 1. And in those days, when the number of disciples were multiplied, then arose the murmuring of the Grecians against the Hebrews, because their widows were neglected in their daily ministration. I remember hearing the breakdown. I was like, it slipped my mind. What is that? That neglected in the daily ministration.
Let me see.
Right, Shalaki.
Go ahead.
No, I was saying, might got to read chapter 5 if we don't know it right offhand. Shalaki, sir.
Acts what now?
Acts 6:1.
6:1. Because the widows were neglected in the daily ministration.
You want to know why it's saying because their widows were neglected in the daily ministration?
Right. If you can break down just one for me.
The widows were neglected. I'm reading up real quick. Hold on. This was about the apostles choosing.
Right. And they chose after they chose. Now that they're going out to do the work. But I want that breakdown on one.
I don't want to break it down and say it looks like it's leading from what I'm reading after and before going towards what the men were doing.
Right. Kind of. That's what I was saying. Like, so like that's yeah.
You good? No, you good. Yeah, this goes into Stephen. Because later in the chapter, he got arrested, right?
Right, he got arrested. They started making up rumors about him, got him stoned and all that. But I just want to do a whole breakdown on. I probably gonna start at 5 and go through 7.
Yeah.
One class, but I wanted to know that.
And in those days, when the number of the disciples was multiplied, there arose a murmuring of the Grecians against the Hebrews, because their widows were neglected in the daily ministration.
Right. So
It could be more than one thing now as I speak, but I don't want to say, because remember, the women were often allowed to be in certain things, but with us, we don't allow women in certain parts of these things. Like they can't come to camps and they can't speak in here. They can ask questions, but they can't speak in here. So I want to make sure I get the right meaning of that. Because then,
this time,
yeah, go ahead.
I know at this time, we was following whatever, you know what I'm saying? The scribes and Pharisees was ruling. So they teaching how they teaching. That's why the disciples were sitting in the first place.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, was it because our women were doing it wrong?
Or it could be because women weren't supposed to be there anyway.
Right. So
it could be anything when it comes to because their widows were neglected in the daily ministration. Like when it says the murmuring of the Grecians against the Hebrews, because their widows were neglected in the daily ministration. We would have to find out what that was. So at the moment, no. As far as the Grecians to the Hebrews and what the ministration was, and the widows of those Grecians, and why they couldn't, or why were neglected in that. Just like if we go to camp council, ain't no women there. Anything could fall in there. I don't want to speak and just say, oh, it's this, but it's concerning the placement of them. I know that the placement of where they at in relation to, like when we have minor council Thursday, ain't no women gonna be there. So it'll just have to be as to who is talking about. So we're gonna have that for you for sure, unless you get it from someone else. But we're gonna have it next class because it's brought up here. So we'll have Acts 6 and 1 for sure. All right. And with that, who am I calling it for? Pass the class over to priest and officer Batazarwan.
Shalom, priest and officer Batazarwan at I.S.U.P.K. These are security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K. started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rules for new brothers and sisters coming to class. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is the commandments, Numbers 18 and 21, Malachi 3 and 8 through 10, means 10th in the Hebrew, ma'ashara, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest funds, free will offering, priests not mandatory. Free will offering for priests not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upholding convocations is memorials of blowing of the trumpets. It's the first day of the 7th month, Wednesday, October 2nd, 2024, Leviticus 23, 24, verse 24 to 25. And if anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, begin wearing our black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that, Shawah, Panya, Kodam.
Good.
Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the teachers. Men of Israel, Amajim Shabbat, Amajim, Barak,
Yabashim Thumb.
Get on top. We're going to turn and give one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Amajim Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Shemal, Taba, Shimei Shah. Get on top. With that, class dismissed.
Why does I bring the pain?